Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make your very own LEGO stop motion videos. First, let's talk about scene setup. So to set up your scene, the first thing you want to do is put down a LEGO base plate so your minifigures have a place to move. After that, grab some tape or sticky tack to put on top of the base plate. Just let me demonstrate that for you really quick here. Take some of the sticky tack, or you can just use tape, and then put it on the bottom of the base plate as you see here, on all four corners of the base plate. Two, three, and four. All right. Then push that down onto the wall, and it should stick to the desk very easily. After you've got your base plate put down, start building your LEGO scene. Keep in mind that if the back of your scene has holes, then it's okay because you're only going to be filming on one side. As you can see here, there are holes in the back of the wall, but that's okay because we're only going to be filming on this side. As long as the front side is smooth, it's alright. Alright, now let's make this more than just an empty wall. First off, I'm going to add some furniture. A little table. If I can get that in there. Some bookshelves. And a TV as well. I'll stick that right here, but the way I made that stick is by using sticky tack. After that, make sure you shut off all the room lights. And then, if you have any windows in your room, close those as well. That way, natural light won't be able to get onto your set and cause flicker. Now you can use your lights. I use 3 lights to light up my scene. I use 1 light on the right side, 1 light on the left side, and then 1 in the back. As you can see, these are all the lights together. Okay, now let's transition into the app setup. So to film stop motion, I use Stop Motion Studio, as you can see here. I'll open that up just to show you a little bit. And also there's an upgraded version that costs $5 called Stop Motion Studio Pro. I also use that sometimes, but I kind of regret getting it because you won't need it if you have a good enough editing software. So that's the Pro version. All these can be found in the App Store, obviously. And then my editing app I use is called Video Shop. So I'll go ahead and pull that up for you now. Alright, and it's right here. And it's a really good app to use. You know, you can add television screens, you can erase things you don't want, you can add music, you know, just things like that. But keep in mind, all of these apps that I show you, you don't have to use They're just apps I recommend. Okay, but also, if you want to make a Star Wars stop motion with lightsabers, I suggest getting Saber Movie FX. This way, you can add lightsabers and sound effects into your stop motions. However, this app does cost $15. Okay, now let's transition into the filming. I'll open up Stop Motion Studio Pro, click on New Movie, click on the camera icon in the top right corner, click on that little button in the bottom right corner, then it will pull up some options here, as you can see. Click on the M, and then change it from auto to manual so you have control over all of the pictures being taken. Okay, now I'll show you how to do a minifigure walk cycle. First, I'll need to position my camera properly, however I want it. As you can see in the top left corner, you can still see my set a little bit. You're not gonna want that when you film your stop motions, which is why you need to position your camera properly. Okay, then grab your figure and put it in its idle pose to start off the walk cycle, and that will be your first picture. After that, move its right leg forward, his right arm back, and his left arm forward. This will be your next picture. After that, move the right arm back and the left arm forward a little bit more, and then move the minifigure upward so that it's balanced in between the two studs. That's the next picture. Then plant the minifigure's leg down onto the stud, and that will be your next picture. After that, put the minifigure back in its idle pose. After that, do the same thing again until you have all the steps needed for the minifigure. But remember, each time, the leg moving forward has to switch. So in this example, the left leg is now moving forward. Keep in mind that whichever leg is moving forward, that same arm is moving forward as well. So let's say the right leg is moving forward. Make sure the left arm is moving forward and the right arm is always moving back. Just continue this process until you have all the minifigure steps you need. Okay, now that we've finished, let's take a look at what we did. So let's change it to 15 pictures per second, and then play the video. And that's the arts of animation right there. Now, if you want to animate at anything higher than 15 frames per second, you're going to want to take more pictures for the walk cycle. So here, we'll just move the right leg of the minifigure upward and move the arms a little bit, just like in the original walk cycle. But then we'll take more pictures and move the minifigure less. As you can see, it's not quite balanced completely on the stud, but it's close. Okay, now balance it completely on the stud, in between the studs, just like this. Take another picture once you're done. Then plant the minifigure almost completely on the stud, but not quite. Alright, and now after you've taken that picture, plant the minifigure's leg completely on the next stud. And then, of course, complete this process till you have all the minifigure steps needed. Okay, now let's take a look at what we did. Let's change it to 20 pictures per second and then see how it compares to 15 pictures per second. As you can see, the minifigure moves more smoothly and faster than 15 frames per second. Okay, one more thing we need to talk about is easing in and easing out. So in real life, all things such as humans and cars all slowly accelerate to top speed, and then once they're ready to slow down, they slowly accelerate until they completely stop. So basically in stop motion, you'll want to move the figure's arm just a teensy bit, hardly any at all. I'm going to use this minifigure as demonstration, and I'll just move his arm slightly up. So after that, I'll take a picture, then I'll move his arm just a little bit more than in the previous picture. Then I'll take another picture, and I continue this process, moving it a little bit more for just a couple more pictures. And then after that, I'll move the figure's arm about the same as in the last picture for a couple more pictures. Once you're about ready to stop the minifigure's movement, make it move a little bit less than the previous picture. Take that picture, then make it move a little bit less and a little bit less again until it finally comes to a stop. Okay, now let's look at what we did. As you can see, the minifigure movement is very smooth and it eases in and eases out. As you can see, I am demonstrating moving the minifigure's arm in random amounts, just to compare it to the other arm movement. So I'll move it a lot, then a little bit. As you can see, the minifigure movement for his arm looks a lot more choppy than the arm that we eased in and eased out on. So make sure to always ease in and ease out in your animation. Anyway, I hope this video has helped you, and good luck on your future brick films.